Happy to shake hands with you. The staff laughed and said. I'm very pleased with this renovated safe room. I also laughed when I was wearing glasses. Thank you for your review. I believe that the experience of using this place will not make you 7. Then he gave Cho Truong the payment slip. If there's no problem, then please pay the rest to us. In 3 months. Take it and answer with a firm voice. Sure. Put your glasses on. Zhang Yi told him to be careful. Your face is dark. The rest of the money can't be paid. When the end comes, I don't know if you're still alive. He leaned against the balcony and looked down. I'm glad the supplies have finally arrived. And underneath, there's a truck full of water tanks. Before the stomach. The most essential items. The most desperate to survive. When global wind ice is mineral water. Then Zhang Yi stepped down. The people at the bottom saw this. I wonder if this chapter is crazy. He fixed the room a few days ago. I saw a lot of people with thick metal boards, at least 10 millimeters. Theo in the movie made the safe room. Now he's buying so much mineral water. Maybe he won't think. Is the Tianhai city about to run out of water? Tianhai city is the city bordering the sea. Even if the whole country is short of water, it's not our turn. I also wonder. Turn to the doctor and ask him. I bought so much mineral water. What's the point? I can tell you if you need any help. I will lend a helping hand. Zhang Yi smiled and remembered. In life before the wind came, he gave up his last meal. My mother is going to starve to death. It cost me my life. He is also one of the few enthusiastic people. Be kind to me. Then he whispered in his ear. The temperature has changed a little this year. 7 usually. I got the news that it was winter. This year will be a long time. In case of mist-like. Good. You should also prepare some food and drink. Avoid letting those things go up in price later. I hear that half expect it. Put your hand on your chin and ask. Urine is real or not? Is the news reliable? Zhang Yi put his hands on the speaker. You see, I've prepared so many things. You can stock up on shrimp noodles with mineral water. These things are not afraid to buy a lot. I think it makes sense to respond. Normally, you are alone. A little too much is not good. Suddenly the latter came to pull the uncle and advised. Don't believe it, old man. I've been sick lately, buying things everywhere. Just roll back and forth like that. You may want to drag someone into the water. I refuse to go and answer. You can't talk like that. I believe it. And then he was dragged away, but he still came back to tell Zhang Yi. The latter is just talking nonsense, Zhang. Don't put it in your heart. Truong standing folded aesthetic hand. Maybe the reminder is done. Believe it or not, it's your business. Then you decide. The rest of the time, it's spending all the money in you to buy supplies, and then practice your metal and your shooting skills. Welcome to the next ice storm. 20-day countdown, you use 695,100. 84 million yen for luxury food. Time left 10 days. He spent 242,200 to 18 million yen to buy supplies. Time is 5 days. He practiced archery for 545,974 yen. When there are 3 days left, before the day when the world was frozen, you decide. Back to work ahead of time. Even if the food in the warehouse disappears, it will not be immediately suspicious on my head. Then put the sedative in the tea. I just drank more than 10 cups of tea. When finished, bring it to the table and call. You guys are tired, right? Take a break and drink this water. Everyone heard that and quit their job. Go to the table to get some water. Someone just held a glass of water. AIRA is really tired of me. It's cold. I'm freezing. Zhang Yi pretended to drink tears. Look at all the aesthetics. The effect of the drug should take half an hour. After half an hour, the AI collapsed on the spot. Go back to a tester. Sleeping like death. Now you can rest assured to scavenge for supplies. Truong just walked around Hoa Nam warehouse and spoke up. All the equipment, the surveillance rooms all turned off. Next, you open up space. Get all the goods back inside and finish talking. The rest of it is also packed into the heterosphere. When necessary, use it. With this space anomaly, how much is food? They can also keep it all. The movement of thought. With performance like this, then move all Hoa Nam warehouse in. It doesn't matter. While you're panting. It was about to succeed, and suddenly, Zhang Yi saw a stack of paper boxes in the corner of the room. I wonder what it is and then I go. When he opened it, Zhang Yi realized that this was a good thing. In the box are cold-resistant clothes. Can resist extreme cold below 100 degrees. It's the latest technology in 2050. Just think of the scene. Let's put this shirt on. I was able to resist all the cold. It has also made Zhang Yi happy. To expand immediately. Collect them into heterospatial space. I think there are these materials. Even in the face of an ice age. Even colder, I have faith. You can continue to live comfortably. After cleaning the warehouse, go back to the room for the staff. To rest and drink some water to relieve fatigue. Drinking water and thinking. I don't know. The devil is not. Clear the warehouse in such a short time. According to common sense. Then it's something that can't be done alone. So, he put up the hand of an employee. My people, fabricating evidence, think that just temporarily no one suspects you. Then this secret will disappear forever. When it comes to. A while later, Zhang Yi was called up by the staff. Manager, something big happened and wake up. Pretend you've just woken up. He rubbed his eyes and asked the staff. Why? The panicked employee replied. Meet the ghost in our warehouse. And then they moved it all away. He stood up in a panic and asked what? Then I went to Hoanam warehouse to check. After seeing that the warehouse is empty, he hugged his head and asked. What happened after all? So many supplies in the warehouse, I can't see it now. Right after that, the employee, give me the phone for fear. Tell the director to call. Machine translation expansion. On the phone, the Kia executive said. Someone reported the operation. Everything in the warehouse is gone. What happened after all? Translate reply. We don't know the specific situation. The break time for CA exchange is only 2 hours. That's it. Materials in Hoanam's warehouse are wingless and fly. After hearing the explanation, the director panicked. I couldn't help but ask Zhang Yi again. How can it be, boy? You're not going to be a spy. When the room is loose and embezzled, right? At the same time, the employees are thinking, I want to leave this to the police. In Kia's side, sweating, cleverly replied. Director, don't joke. You are not ignorant either. What kind of person am I? I don't have the guts. Make all the supplies in the warehouse disappear in the blink of an eye. Not only that, you say, as I see it, then we can't all be responsible for this. You should report to the higher authorities quickly. Then actively coordinate the investigation as best. After listening to Zhang Yi's reply, that makes sense. The director doesn't have the slightest doubt that he believes you. He said you're right. I'm going to report to the director. Let them solve this. The director was very pleased with the director's performance. When I hung up, I told the staff. The director decided. We'll report to the top for processing. Wait a minute, someone will investigate. Don't be afraid to cooperate. I heard this correction from Zhang Yi. The AI workers are a little more relieved, but thank you. Zhang Yi patted his subordinates on the shoulder, comforting them that it's common to fall asleep when delivering CAs. Don't pay too much attention to people who don't do wrong. Not afraid of being knocked on in the middle of the night. The staff who heard that agree with you. Xiao Zhang is right. If you earn a few thousand yuan a month, you can risk your life. What are we afraid of when we are honest? A while later, the investigation team came to find out about the incident this time. Took coordinates with investigators. Answer all the questions. Finally, the coroner just said thank you. And remind me, there may still be some suspicion in the case. I need to come to you for an inspection at any time. If it's not urgent, I hope you don't leave Shanghai. The sound of the sound is also gently respond. Of course I'm not going anywhere. And then he left the investigation and went back home. On the way, Zhang Yi saw the news that, according to the source of information at noon 10/10/2, Hoanam warehouse in the port of the city, there's been a large-scale theft. Supplies occupies a land area of more than 100,000 disappeared square in 2 hours. After listening to the Kia scoop, take a look at the phone. There are only 2 short days left. The sky has started to snow white. It makes people walk away. Hurry back home. Avoid the snow. They wonder how cold this winter is. Last year at our place, has the temperature ever dropped so low? And urge each other to hurry home. When you see a situation like this, I just kept walking. He said that 2 days later, this world will no longer exist. As the prophecy of Zhang Yi. 2 days later there was a ball. Out the Chang rays into the earth. Early morning 2 hours of 12/10/2. The afterglow of a supernova explosion that wiped out the globe. Temperature drops sharply. Drag under accident. It's destructive to this planet. At that time, Zhang Yi simply sat at home drinking water. I'm looking around. Then slowly speak up. What should come will come. Zhang Yi's spacious but warm house. It's like protecting you from a cold snowstorm. Stand up outside to get water. And then you're sitting on the sofa and you're surfing the phone. The internet is full of comments. Message about the weather recently. With all kinds of different expressions. Some people are upset. I just want to express my faith through a text message. This is crazy weather. It's already -10 degrees. Someone is worried about texting. The road will be frozen tomorrow. What kind of work? But there are also people who are happy because of extreme weather. It's snowing so hard. You can directly take a day off from work tomorrow. Haha when reading the comments. Chill out the silent evaluation in my head. This is just the beginning. I just looked at the outside. Take pictures under the snow with Tynan. I thought it was snowing, at least for the next 3 months. The temperature will get lower and lower. You won't be in a good mood by then. Enjoy the snow like that again. In the early morning of the next day, so much snow flooded the doors of many homes. The snowstorm came suddenly. Many families have not been able to prepare a response plan. Storage of supplies. While Zhang is sleeping, the phone suddenly rings to wake me up. The epidemic secretly complains. Then sluggishly sit up. Pick up the phone call of Huangvu Love. As soon as I hear you answer, she spoke softly. It's cold today. Before you stored supplies. Do you know the weather will cool down? Truong Yet immediately agreed to answer. I'm just listening to your friends talk about it. I didn't expect the temperature to drop so much. After hearing your own mouth admit, the dance is very exciting. I don't blame you for hoarding so much stuff. Not only that, she even seems weak. You are responsible for the epidemic. Don't talk to the dance. You can kill yourself cold. As soon as I heard that, Zhang Yi chuckled coldly and hung up the phone. Leave it alone. Vong Vong hated biting his nails. She still hates to wonder what's wrong with this guy lately. Dare to turn off your phone, then push yourself. We have to figure out how to deal with this cold weather. After hanging up, the epidemic is so disturbing I can only hold my face. 7 books I didn't expect. She still has a face to complain about. And then you get up and stretch your shoulders and take a shower. During breakfast, watch the news to update the information. The news report said that last night, a stream of cold air went straight to every corner of the earth, causing global temperatures to change dramatically. Temperature dropped 70,100 degrees Celsius. Not only that, the editor added more. The cause of this cold air. The meteorological department is conducting an investigation. At the same time, she reminded people not to go out. If there is nothing urgent, pay attention to keep warm. And don't believe any hoarding rumors. Makes prices go up. Then Zhang Yi complained about the decrease. This temperature is identical to the previous life. Suddenly my phone rings. It's a message from Huang Vu. She looks guilty. I asked him why he turned off people's phones. Then I beg you to give me some food. As soon as I read the message, the doctor thought that White Lotus is not stupid. Also know that food in such extreme weather, it will be extremely valuable. She herself doesn't want to go outside. In a cold weather like this, please reach out your hand, please. It is said that Huang Vu's thoughts are really good, but unfortunately instead, she doesn't expect anything from you in this life. For Truong Due, the dance is only worth playing with, and in the end, he died tragically. After a while, Zhang took a picture of his breakfast and sent it to Huang Vu. She was just surprised. I was just jealous when I saw premium steak and French red wine worth 20,000. Huang Vu secretly thought they're obviously in the same room type in the apartment, but Zhang Yi can live so comfortably. And then she looked up in admiration. I want to eat and drink red wine like you. But she simply wrote back that she wanted to eat, then move on their own. Go to the supermarket and buy it. My husband is really angry to the point. She's going to write back. I want to tell you that you're not a man. Give me such a good chance without showing it. But the dance of love was restrained in time. She said to herself, you can't let a fish in a pond mess up your mind. On the other side, throw the phone aside. Pick up a fork and eat breakfast again. I see the tablet. Control the building's monitoring system. You pick it up. You can see the image from the front door's camera. Continuously think. Looks like there's a great play coming up. There was a middle-aged woman there, trying to reassure people in the apartment building. That's Uncle Lam. She advised people not to panic. A lot of extreme weather. It only lasts 2 to 3 days, so don't buy supplies at will. Let's wait for the neighborhood committee. Help everyone through this snowstorm. However, the people in court, this apartment is fighting back against her. They said that if not, let's go out and buy some food. The price of food these days, again soaring to the sky. Then Uncle Lin tried to stop the flow of people. She thought that, rush to buy supplies, it just makes things more expensive. Until then, everyone has to buy at a high price. Not only that, but he also threatened, if AI dares to hoard supplies, she was discovered by her. Don't blame it. She denounced to her superiors. Just at that time, Zhang Yi came. Calmly asked Uncle Lam. She knows how long this blizzard will last. Then you speak up. Like this extreme weather, maintained for a very long time. By then, everyone had no food. So who's going to be in charge?